among for say MPs no more intimacy. Omo head and intimacy. Omo hu de mo na papa musinka onko. Ana munu anu minority fu ebua mo ama ne kwara ye simple ama mo. Eno so amosemo ntiase. Kwade obekọ. Na so mo ma obi muamo e ma ne nko. On the other leg, people think when he sat before the ad hoc committee, he was able to change the narrative, the perception, the description, the tag where they are tagging, you know. What must stand kakra? What was it Saudi?
Medical, my main cancer when it the majority never called for the finance minister said on the basis of incompetence. Debbie.
Yes, I am okay.
Never.
Okay.
You see, it was about on the basis of a certain level of declined confidence. Mm-hmm. That is so much different from say Yakas will be monohomode. That's what they say. No matter what it is, we'll be the same right now. Stenapia was at the peak of his football as Samuel Jamo at the peak of their football. Koka Samuel Jamo ball penalty ball. Yeah. Crossbar. Technically, it would have taken us to the semi-finals. After no Kasakra, that circumstances kakra by lower the confidence even about playing a penalty. It doesn't mean that Samuel Jamo ball. No, Jinemu ball winning ball. No, baby a penalty bar. I don't quite the omo. That's what they are saying. Baby a document penalty, but Nancaster or Jitus of a soccer balls and there be the men come. So it was not about his competence as a person or the age man, but it was a generality of the Padu doing a certain declined confidence in him. That is the first one I would want you to understand. And the second one is this. Also, here, Pesuoko, and now the majority caucus want him gone. And now, NDC force on Bezomede, Omoboa, you don't cry even more than the bereaved, technically. But let me give you this scenario. Now, bet you see ye pa. Or in a miniano. You have a personal dog. And maybe I'm a new digime DB. Maybe I'm a quantum cry. Now, me tia quantum one now here and near Masuka Kramame. But as a nano send a near maybe a near BC come if you say a water and chain kakana home. Maybe a papa de mo before for her swap. A bebwa papa cram and Yamana quantum many padu be crab befia betonia many biama. You get denied a contem. And now Zamini Papa could do some common about you, Nintino. Now a branch original crying chair baby. No aba. Unyay, and I'll go as much of a pay. Unyay. The chrono. Yafaman cranoafa. A shobotum cranu. Sabi, the jamai. And your crown ready if you do crown what time to. Unyay. Say, we can some more in him. Ohine the mere fact to say ebi am gidie anase nipa dodo gidie afiri mu abusua mu no doesn't mean say ohoho megina efie ni mfinfini emobo ko adu bone anya no kro obo apayo bone so na me nsori ni akire because me gidie omu kofo mu jama ko di wonu achi e woni ntra wo twa fa ho eno de me sori agina a defend you as a person aso agina defend you because onim se me boa ho no e mo twa ntoto so na o wie no nunya de opa e kina bi no e be fa busua ni nyina uni mo hene ba anya ni nuane akwasi kunadu o se afie ofo no mo nyina yi nko a dwamafo nko a se bi akronfo nko a yanya de esa ensem nso Dom Kumano led by the minority leader any ranking member on the finance committee the ball Iraq and Ufuriata no see na it once I say ene or transfer committee in any it has changed so many narrative. Yeah. Yes, it will probably change because it was going to the person's capabilities, competence, and integrity. A down no mu betina kunya ni mu na ankasa wo mu ankasa na ntro no enso no mu twa ni mu mienu no mayi so nim zade no mayi so afa kwati kwan so ayeden afọ man Ghana sika dia koto account bi mu oba bia obi anye den enim ba ye be wie no ma ye hunu say o man ni sika no kra no enya de say sebi by virtue of what you describe by the Petroleum Fund Management Act no meant say na sika ba be do so o man ni dia ewi omo ankasa ne kwachi ka say sa akwadu ne die omo ye den omo yi free so nambo apayo bone so any who dan temo so mo friend conflict of interest they are adwuma bone they are benefit no eno so ma side den afro but there ba ko a na ya na say when they're talking about the cathedral matter. You see the explanation that he gave about the cathedral matter. Now they are going on a fishing expedition. Oh, what the specific question na Abobi? And I'm saying this on the basis of you know we see at any point in time no the onpe ye bi no e woti mu po bone so no what I say woti mu po bone so no obepe kwati kwan bi so atwa ntrato so as we anya kwan anyiwu ho anu a ebegu ho fen for the rest of your life to the biada when the allegations and I say when people are saying enema about you and ehia say also you one there also be ata wachima you one that one there you no equivocal we now they are going to the periphery from you who say $100 million bia no enkoto accounts bia mu nyira no now they are finding a crime bench so I could say when they talked about how the purchases went about JOHL no Jubilee Oil Holdings Limited no a crime bench no mo fa yo munya sika e de koye sa ade no ni ade ni nyina no na they did need parliamentary approval o man fa ma emoni ade. Let me ask you me borrower me ba ncha ba be sruska and I say me ba ho no ba be de maka say fem misika as a bank na ko ka che bank say mo fem misika na me mfa nkoye dwumadie wi ne so mfa so ne ba man de masadu sika abrel o de nkratan be ma na wakọ akọfil na de akọ manager no enye me a me ba be sika no every ho no masede say me de come out board of directors for approval. It is not the duty of GMPs on better no for them to have been asked the question. You see, but because they are shrouded in what I term as short-sightedness as to the allegations of my name no afomo pe baby no mo do mo nsem na eden akọfifa no ma ho so manya asem kan what na utie committee no enuanom na o don kuma anim no so mo si some questions you find say if indeed say ye gina o machi ene da na ka say ye gina dem wo maboni pa na ko me mane nyine ho ano ya to aba ka be wi no ke be ye bone kase de tie nipa ni nipadua ene ne da achi bobre ni integrity. That is different from say oh yeah ade no be afi say oh baby a waye adu no be ma wagibi. If not even maybe for you I would have been in dire situation like this. But for the sake of the collective good nipa do bi ade hwe bi money ade no ebi atena nchen no be from anasa enim de na won I say you na other ship man na ko Ninive enye bia ne bone bi oba no se me sign me nkokan radio azama na meboa but yi ni omo yi ni to nsuom okoda de nsu ne yam na me nsa ma ship no kodu Ninive de nsu no ko yi ni to nsu na no when Jonah went to Ninive no o kan sempa adwuma na ma nipa dodo sachras say even the original intent anke bi anko de koi. So it wasn't about the na yenuan mo don kuma and then look the allegations and then falling down to say cause of domino. And that is where we must always be careful about the allegations we raise against people. Now we are waiting for their reports to come, so that at least on the basis of the man's competence and integrity, money are there, he needs to be exonerated on them. These are falsehoods, and that one should not be let lying low. These are two different things. So that is why I say many people don't want to say, oh, ebi anamo can say, and I say munamu kosusu say ne or mampeni kodi ho komo. Bibi obi aba say yen sen na homa dia mo premium fa homa sen ni paneko there be so onye bone na wo kan se we o man ni sika wa fa kwati kwan so yi sika afri ha afi anima ni bu wo kwa na wo tena se na wo into one kasa no a o kruche sansem ni gu krata so de beto hoze me bobo ho no omo ankasa no mo ho adanse dia na say is the same old game ana ade ba ko pa me tena se hunu ye ne say ohene the mere fact say me fa kwan e different from all the our fire so yes ye kwa edum baby I wo say say me pa metima kwa fa binchi me person metima kwa fa as liba na me dia ko se me fa liba na fa binchi ne bia me kwato traffic ko kwan mu ho na ntu kodu jam ya na unsusu die mu eno nchese ma fa kwan bone so. And why do I say so? Oh yeah, no be busa question say Mr. Minister, don't you think? Don't say if you would have done that? Because the circumstances at the time are different. The fact that say Bianca wo obetron A any B no doesn't mean so B and A, it doesn't sound on the same sheet of paper. And ni nana kwe say me and kami ye ni say na wo anya bi pe ame ehunu anya bi enwatwe na ade be ye bi o ye den and na yet here can say okuja to me busa honorable me busa say I'm concerned about the ballooning debt of the country money are there. Why don't you think the finance minister? And he said it, every single person who are being to say we have a challenge with the debt situation that we have. But I did across it as the debt situation is being accumulated in foreign currency but localized in our city. Emuni a kind of debt currency no. Inti brebiano say depreciation echi sika no a ebema debt no so ye the increase e bi kura mpa now for be nka. But let me give you a classic example. And it's been working around and there are documentations to it. Whilst people are using 1.5 million to build almost about 100 to 150 bed capacity African Development Bank mono. We were in this country under the NDC using 25 million to build 50 bed and 60 bed capacity. Omuno use 1.5 million, near use 25 million. Look at the difference in the woman. Esika omunkwa ni baby omode koye anya adwuma bia and go into the real growth sector of the economy. Enti eno ye kan bi omaye den omeja. So even if it's the 20 million kra kakeken woja and ho a year, if depreciation touches that 20 million now convert here, it will grow. So one thing intellectually they could have done also. And I say, whilst you talk about the ballooning debt, no, nobody has a problem. But put it in proper context. Put it into a foundation. A cannot the court dollar more to say. In dollar terms and now foreign currency terms, no. This is how the growth have been. But what they buy a CD term now, and now say Sikana who are then so tier against Sikana Yabokanu woman into ama emu ye den bie we sikanim. Enti die na odi beto akwan mu betimi aboama ye den asa aka atwom. Those would have been the arguments that people would have appreciated. But not necessarily say what na ho because I can say na ye $1 and yes start your fee na ye 8 and the fan say could do 13 no and 15 na den the difference of 5 na den aba beto and not become it doesn't mean so nipa na koboka for the aba. It only means ye sika na ho den so den atie. So those are the intellectual arguments that could have been made. Ba kwatena ho na dia wunim emoni ade. But one way me and I'll say it here about PIAC report, and I've always have that in me. When you do reports, money are there. Be very conclusive and be very engaging. Engage people before we put some of these things out there. Only that the basis of the 100 million was contained in the PIAC report.
Yeah.
Any other allegation. But when they also came, they themselves even says they would even doubt if the finance minister knew about that money. Because it is not their money. What you say? The fund, the act says all revenues due government must be paid into the petroleum holding fund. Sika bia no a ese aban na ya aban dia no. Ehon na wo se ye de koto. Eno ya aban sika. But when it's a company, say the company no nya aban sika. It's a company na akoton niema. Ne ka ode ton niema no wo se wote. Akatua ode mo ye adwuma ni nya obete. Ansa no obedrum faso so no dum faso so a nchiche mu ne efre na abandie wo ne de akọ because immediately any revenue hits the petroleum fund account no sika nya kotomu a baabi miensa pe ene wo se ekọ wutimi ko ibi mfiri mu ze me de kwa kotua eyi no fa mu ne ekoton ne ho ka e wo se nketua ship ne ka banken ka enipa omu yi ka ne za wutimi ko ibi. It either goes into the consolidated fund 70%, 20 into the 21 into the stabilization, and 9 into the heritage fund. These are it. It's up until say company no be declare profit money at the end of the day. Those are not matters that would come there. Have you ever expedition, capital gains tax money at the You knew all of these things. Why didn't you bring them? But the bupu boy no now they are going on a certain expedition. So that is why we could not have supported such an incompetent motion to bring somebody's integrity, and that is different from when people lose confidence in you. And we will not support some of these things because what we for answer no how there obi ntwantron to obi so na wo nipa ne nche ne kunfo but say gidie ni anamontuo bi ne pese obi sesa no de bia wotena nchen ya that is different, and that is the basis why we cannot support that motion, and we did not support that motion. It doesn't mean that the arguments that were being made at that time no are flawed. No, not at all.
21st November. It is expected set 24th, that is Thursday. Finance Minister Beba Bashemi Jefi na represented 2023 budget statement. Our MPs expecting say on one ebeba abe ready and I say more expecting the fufuro.
I know say you started jumedi ne sa nkomodi about the finance ministry ne the finance minister no. We've engaged severally. There are so many things that are going on so that we can have a very good dialogue and a decision to be made. So the decision is for the entirety of the caucus to do that, which is led by our majority leader, Honorable Chairman Sabu.
But studio Hano. Now my last decision I'm take here and say.
The last decision is what everybody do know.
That
nothing has changed. Here by fear no. And then Nyame admire come back. It is encommodie fufurubia or honi anamuntu fufurubia. We are being led by leaders. We all share our ideas. And the the decision that will come out of the room is the decision for the entire.
The last decision was ma oma ana omra.
The last decision is MMOMA.
Ma oma.
Yes, that was the last decision that was taken. Yes, that was the decision. Everybody. Because you see, let me tell you this. You are talking about, say, you want to rebuild a certain thing different. So therefore, if that is the same confidence that you would want to put in, and you know, finance, with all the intellect, a trigger of even a behavior can change certain things. It is a wood komo now because we want to build back the confidence. So I had hashtag as to the story so far before that the finance minister was even going to meet the committee now. We've traveled a long journey in the Diabedu and we have a new journey ahead of us. How do we navigate the new path ahead of us? It's very important. How to even navigate a quiet day and knowing where we were and we took it, baby, I could do ye. The about 2 year crime, baby, I say, baby, in Susu, dear chess, I was you could do. It tells you that we need a certain orientation and a certain mindset. That decision, the collective decision, because the most important thing is that we get a budget that would see and that would imbibe the spirit of the Ghanaian now, anywhere our vision and our direction would want to be. How do you build? You build that around so many enema, and one of them will be very important, because in this line, one single idea has an effect on the other. Idea with the effect of the other, because they built around it as a network. It's book we will be more. It should transcend in the Obakwa Kokania. I was said there do is soon by mu. I was said there do one your be money idea. So we will sit and dialogue and have a clear understanding as to going forward from where we are now. There's nothing that is held constant under the sun. Even day and night changes places. It means because it is in the federal interest of this country and every single person. Yes, you might start from a different position, but you see the good intent of everything, and now it will materialize into the opposite way. That is where we must focus our attention on. So we would urge everybody say it should not be seen as say whilst you dialogue, there are things that you as an individual you must put it there so that you can forge ahead in a certain united front to build that confidence back. So don't be too much worried.
Maybe this will be my last question to you. Now, Mama Anoma Abrem, Anoma die, an apostle, a crusader of Ken Mastay, and that's a kid to our crime. I'm not forcing the pan 9 and our finance ministry. The minister, his 2 deputies, and the minister of state and the minister of finance. Why other 2 no, but not the other 2 now? Omuye MPs. Almost omuye MPs in Tama Momodino.
Obi abetina ko obi anibia the clear understanding of the nekoso no ntia.
So give it to us.
Me na na kan asem bi. O se e wo bi na awie bi. Anu ya.
E wo bi
na awie bi.
Na awie bi. Mentiase.
Asem sebe.
Etiefo do ana so ntiase.
O tiefo do ntiase se. E wo bi na awie bi. Ohene. Bibia nkonko wie no sebi. Eya na we dia wo titrani and direction Inti obi na ewie bi. Oya ne dania da. Everybody under the ministry money and everybody works towards a certain direction. So they say, if that is where they are not a war, and we feel that there is a certain renewed effort that we would want to put in by having a different direction, where the steer is, that is where you turn.
And it's about people will say we are talking about confidence in the economy, our finance management, whatever. So it should start from the management team downwards.
And now
why not the head of the economic management team downwards?
No, let me tell you, the economic management team technically is an advisory body. Policies, programs, money idea emanate from the ministries, money idea through cabinet. Every decision, that is where it economic management team does not. Any money appropriation, they don't do appropriation, they don't do allocation, they don't do releases, money idea. So you see, we must get a clear difference. We must get a clear difference. Even look, the finance minister made a certain profound statement. I'm not call committee now, and I respect him for that. Also, in his approach and everything that he was trying to do, I'm not know about Babishia committee, to talk to the matters that have been raised against him. He never planned in any way coming there to talk about say money idea, but he was going to talk about the broader scheme of things as has been done, his role within it. Because I'm going to say Obia they affected me, but monetary policy is not under the finance minister. But some of the challenges we have a monetary policy. So what do you want to do? Basically deals with fiscal policy, money idea. So they are saying, but monetary policy, money idea, the rate, exchange rate, money is money now. No, typically, it has nothing to do. It's not under the purview of the finance minister. But he emboldened and braced all of those things in resolving the matters and the allegations that have been laid against him by not diverting or depleting. And he said that, but then I respected him for that. Even in himself, where need be that you could have given explanations, we could have then looked here for some of these shortcomings and challenges that we all face now. And it's an established fact now. Everybody can say we are in different situations now. We are not in the times that we planned for. Will you admit say at the end MPs say Adwa committee ama minister Kranko tena ho anyi yinsem bia no a enka Ghana for do no de nsem bi kra be bonu kwadu a enya no kra na eya ho adwuma like where we are today. Perfect. Entina, of all the discussions that the members of parliament had, the majority caucus, none had to do with specificity of some of these allegations that were made. And as allegations now were made by the NDC out of their propaganda and out of all of those things that own him. So more now they play to the ordinary Ghanaian because times are hard. So they say and in any situation like this, everybody would want to find somebody. And at the end of the will be created the amount. So at least so they created some of all of these things. Whatever happens, there is something good attached to it. The Honorable Minister, if 100 million be two accounts be MPP are buying. Because every appointee of this government be a product from the party winning an election to form a government. So they say it's a bianca winning ama kedanko fotum say we eska ya gas we MPP aban buy na mo first can go offshore accounts mo money ade and nyame adom omo anka so omdom kwekwe no mo ye den omo twe. So everything that happens behind you, analyze the situation there and then and you say see now. So it means that there is another opportunity for us to do this, to build on this for the good. We built on that and we move forward.
I don't know. I can guess last Friday with the year pa.
Oh yes, me the year pa.
Mema MP ko and I check it.
Oh, we dey over time na ko say o okay.
Unu question bi aba no.
So everyone want to
debate na floor na.
On the ground.
Okay. Say my about say a proponent of You see,
or your crusade, or your apostle, evangelist.
In all of it, that is the beauty of how we build ourselves as a people. Regardless of the fact, obi twa yanka see atwa amate ye twini aye de ahihye we ase wafa enema na de guboto odi gumbe bra besi bika bo so na de aye de na de apempem money ade. Yes, he would have the reasons why he would want to stay. If he makes those arguments, it still informs a certain position obi aso there. In that there will be some that will be built together with baby and so ye den twini free one so that you can put all of them good. Nobody faults anybody, and one thing also will be added to himself. Enya boapayo boni ditia will be BNT, and will be our one answer more can or where there is the need for proof, dear. And even that Henry and Mordon Kuman were given the opportunity to street proof, and normally they are questions and normally they've been totally who how to put the word. Yes, I mean, busa question for it was a very idea. Because they've shown their real caliber to the ordinary Ghanaian. I mean, it is with them, and it should always remain with them.
In fact, who can be me a proponent of Ken must stay? And no moment. In fact, me say, enka yenyina kabumwa. Na ye surge forward ni ye kabom ye unite ni ye plan se e be change ye change ye circumstance e be boy a chance e bi mbati o mo ho agyan baabi na mo yo mo say ye de enka ho na ye no ye pani ye nti no we ni na asay no nti onko so because there honorable MP kan meni na nya adwen e wo baabi a o ka say o Jesus yes
me how ni mo ah o ka say no si aye no no me ngi ni sa no ba ya
o say omo girls na omo de yes Ken must go and omo stance no a conflict
sir
o say omo person mo kire say okay omo ni problem bia Ken ya de obo no mo de pa na mom no mo hwa anima bia asie no omo gi say senka otwene ho akaye because confidence and what there's some example say okobo penalty hit ye no ono angasa no say okobo penalty bi emu kura say ehu kakra to so ne santi omodwin say ene ka kan gina enchen na obi ba nke e fa argument but kwan mo fa so ye no completely a flop a follow flat on the face because we parliament mo ye much respect for parliamentarians momu di anim bibia ni a ye hwemo ye pege ani hwemo ti party ni be gina as united da say MPs no e contribute much say NDC for the bibi basa ye minister no ye incompetent momu say you have the men look at your men go say economy reckless borrowing reckless mismanagement na answer na omo kura be outdoor almost as say we nyina no na ma be press conference say minister no economy no ye ni confidence onumu nti ye won free ho mumu na muni confidence onumu na say mu na mu giri say minister no lose confidence they say ono person say confidence no mu no giri say free ho minister no mu no mu giri say free mu anya wo mu na lose confidence in the minister because of the asamoja de no o de asamoja analogy no che say o mu giri say minister no lose confidence na mu no anya wo na lose confidence or minister no minister so say only confidence enough to run God that's it
na mensa
president so
onu na betumi
aye president so gidie wonu enti oba obusale say enti ministers ho na be say ankasa me gina me die emre no nyamre pa metutumrika yi obi adi adwo mo ye no me gi say adwuma adwuma so no enti monto mbo ase emre duru say me change obi a me change ba samre die enyamre bia metumirika yi obi adi me the president me because the president in the casa yes now the president casa nobody is against that Argentina MPs in paying for ya to abama mo na say mo ne president nya adwene kura na mo ko press conference no
eno no die I would stand in for them because almost no more exhausted all me.
Some means now my exhausted here.
Because you mean they are lying.
Oh, the mean to me say all means no more canon or more exhausted all sir. Or my exhausted all sir. As a president, we trust it or not can say yeah more collaboration, consultation, and as I call none the president, what trust. Sir President, he said the air corner. Madriam say, Mumaya Shena Yeni Papa in Sinchain because confidence and Crawford because of him. When you can't demo and yet press conference. Well, they didn't try. President how many times? Now. Apart from president ankasa kra wa futufu constitution ni kra ekreti futufu aya to abamomo trance from council of state me omo ko ho did they use that avenue bibi say no I was say all these avenues no mo exhausto me say council of state kra ye otumfo mu nyina kra no they are people you can contact and yes otumnika no akogina press conference they say omo create impression bi say minister no why be say apart from minority for no omo no chese minister no bibi hye ho say omo anchim but utie say dey corner na say minister no nensaka ho bi ne yede ko duru ba bi yeduru no etese ofiri ho na say nya saa no wadwene ye wa adenti na say otim be gina haka say ye kwa oba read budget pra ye ntra ho that's why boni be to the point that wadwene mu no sabio no bon that impression okay say just confidence be na omanya o film mu na one for dwen say bia also free hon and no enye sa attack way and say omde ma no that's not tell me guys on why you need a flip flopping enya dia me no mo adwene complete cause nipa de we di nipa ni mu a ebia so ye bibi ma enkabo mu ba say ade o ma create no some disunity bi aba part no o do hwe how ahemfo di o kan for us ata achi kotra ekotra ho there are so many people omo on ma omo tie papa na chi omo dono na say mo so matem ho omo nyina so me gise
say wunya asem na me kojawa na say manke kojawa enya asem foforo bia
oh yeah enya asem foforo bia because
so wunya asem na me di wa
because wo mo do
ana say manke di wa
because wo mo do
de ko ya
enti nipa woni manya asem no wo di machi nipa woni manya asem no sa nipa no wadwen e wo no ho yesen taram bisa so wo di machi o wo di machi but nipa no woni manya asem no wo di machi a woni me ko di nipa no my opponent no wadwen a wo di machi no wo no ho no yesen
mama nko busa manki
material what the bone ana wa ye bibi enje oba ne yere kura na obema no akofa oba na chi no ko say ye kwako kansem na oba no kota na chi it doesn't necessarily mean say
bema ne ye bone
dabi that is not how it is
it say bema na bone
you are making it no
bema na bone
twen asema wo kan no na me ka bi a kire wo wasema wo kan no na me di bu afo
we for the asem
me let's see
anoma se we for the asem
me brother for we your brother for
omo kasem
na saba ho amanzi was communication director enso ahanam so Friday finance minister call ad hoc committee nanim mamintiu uwi amabetie DC susu no on that then maba Amenfi West
finance minister ako the committee I think say NDC no mu fi say sa day no a now o say omo senja no so motion no move here no say sa day na o say omo de etwaba na omo yiri fi ho no I think say because utie Muntaka was done in agreement Muntaka say speaker one when no so the committee they will resist it o just say Emma at the point kra speaker and maybe o kan no oyi free hands anum they never planned say ebeko to the committee they never they thought say o maka sem na hodoma na ya pam papa no which would have been in fact, justice wouldn't have been done to the man. What I say? Oshe Article 19. It says, one no cry the right of the person should not be infringed upon. Oko 2 honoma from B, C up to D, no. It says, or says, what the no cry no, you see, not guilty until what? Proven guilty. And the person should be innocent until proven guilty. It's stated in the Constitution. And now Article 82 no crown no see the man should be heard even during the debate. You know, he should be there to answer questions. What I say, he should be given the chance to defend himself. Because anything that goes against the finance minister goes against the party. What I say, there are certain things that have been raised. Me see those things. You know, NDC would never have gone to court because only Mr. Bokota they will lose. Oma kana sa tra na ato Ghana for adjunim, and then they will hint they will depend on that to crucify the party. It was very important and very instructive. Say yama papa no kwan na obi yi no ne ho ano and obai no so enema omode ebo no kwadu yesi unconstitutional withdrawals bi or yeah osha yesi contingency fund bi we ska efrim we be kra when approval from Parliament and the hormone school amount for try almost say be a omode fa no I think say enye ho and that because your other government obligations yeah votes and on your fund constituency contingency votes and you're different from the fund enti mo so na mo appropriation mo na mo approve here mo na mo approve mo na mo backing enti bia mo dwene anko so probably say munim enti you can go back what I say and I almost say misreporting so utimi eyi no ne ho because o hwe o say IMF mo even bra mo de afiti ase mo de mafiti ase no kra no at that time no kwa ne wo IMF NDC mo na me de ko at that time no ne wo IMF it say misreport to there's no way say you better you better free IMF the fund you better free it there's no way say or misreport in fact I don't know whether he talked about it, but I think that he should have mentioned this. Say NDC. Okay, there was a time almost misreported. I mean, you bought Ghana a car, huge amount of money. What I say? Almost misreported, and no, and they say what misreported to IMF. What I say? 80 and hormonal or say you know who free. And now almost say fiscal and recklessness. And na tono boise almost and dear man government no etimi aye and that is where I have always stood behind the finance minister. Say I see there I've given my reasons for him to go, but when it comes to the competence I have not said anything about that, and I'll continue to say it because 2013 na ye GDP. I'll continue to repeat it. Now about 62 billion 2013 we share the papa we do or car baby no nema no dey gu on unim say jomama nkwan ba no or drop to 54 in 2014 and also fed that also drop to be or things will be called $39 billion all free so na number 54 billion 56 billion say incompetent mahama so bon homodin ene ne finance minister se tepe o ta se enanka se tu no o to aso do increase no yearly o increase na enka o ye calculation na o se nka by o free so no go you see over 83 billion dollars 83 billion dollars o ta se neso no they are 56 that was the time na a teacher for Wontumi Ntiomoka that was the time I say next for meet me Ntiomoka because Sikano okunya to abrakwa ona na di animu say ye nyi free yensem What I said, those were the time. You see, those were real situations. You see, castle 80, and you see castle 80. You need to borrow. And kind of what I catch on say, who set the rate of borrowing the crown? What do you know? From 9 billion to 122, it's about over 1,000%. 1,100%. But it's about 360%. And what set the rate? And then is equal the real increase. No, put the crowd else. And you don't even go there. So that's it. And I think that he did very well. There are certain things that he should have said. And could tell in this before, but who said, or a gentleman, who does it? Oh, I don't gentleman, but maybe one knows who to be can a kutiomo. Udim say after 56 billionaire or your mama dear koi, we ever saw more and dear call over 60, about 66, and or twice one in 2020. Ultimately move from $68 billion to $70 billion. Your rate now, your account rate now. No, to me increase no from 3.4% to 7, average of 7%. No, now you drop it to 0.51%. You drop sharply because at that time no, na obi an koduma no obi na government etia obi in the private sector also or this cabebre abano na ema enti revenue echo from look 70 billion in nya no me see any covid me very sure say nke you be travel 80 billion by now me say get drew over 100 billion what I say enti the problem ni nyina ye NDC what I say but yes Parliament right you levy assuming yeah I think say almost cost a lot of
Parliament Haruna say meet our committee no be Haruna
oh yes
that's also meet our committee no
and I say the fifth one say
yes
gross mismanagement who say call mo share no I think say other GMPC and one of them mentioned 160 million b and NDC they wanted to use that and I was no
PIAC for the that issue.
Thank you very much.
Public Interest and Accountability
Thank
Committee.
You very much. NDC say the moment PIAC I mentioned there we have to use it. I said no. Get the amount. I said no. That's not part of your grounds. I know a different issue altogether. What I say, when he is given the opportunity, he will answer. But as we speak now, we have asked him not to answer those things. It won't be and he did very well. It will share this summer or year one posture so calm, so cool, and I think say me Bonabaso was added. But what I'm saying is say we have different situations, different times, and now GDP it may do 70 in dollars or something in cities because you calculate your GDP and in cities but and this for only the
grassroots for in higher first Jumadia echo suru hono ye to aba ye speaker ye na ye no say at least krebi emu ensu ye na kakrebi you say at least ya nya krapo no ye be ka ye ho abom aye nipa baako na ya tumi ato aba ama ye speaker ya ntumi ye enti yan ka no krese truth pa asamfofo asaba ni ebete se yefa bi ewo parliament asa akase ewo abontin enti yenifi a ye kasa ewo mu ana that the question yes ebisa ewo grassroots me say metiwe ade a me do pa ni MPP party party a me do pa ni MPP me kanu da bia se me madwuma ende ye me DC na se me ni DC na MPP da so power manage se me metra DC na MPP adebe akọ opposition ebe ye me ya pa ye hwe nyoma ekoso ewo suro honum akwa se ye ti form num ye dwun se ntiase bi enye adwuma wo suro ho na nye bi yo fo bia no se suro ho anye dia enye kase a kabomu ni suro ho no ma ebe ye den na yes aseofo no ye betumi aye adwuma apani afotu a ye grassroots for iti ma ya mpanyin for nse omumu anu eye de be enye baako omun kabo ene omu se bibia no wa bibi wo ha edi asem papa bi enam omu se asem ekọ so nyina eno ena endisifo efaso epese omunya omu se ade efrim de frim enu ti na ma omu di sasizai se omu sase omu kansa omu fa sisa amada but when say assembly asi enti ye decide beba ama ya dia be part of them support you ama ya nya to teda ye kan wasem because nyanga ma mi kan say ahonde bi wo no ma nipa benya ada wa plan na on plan na so mu but ebie wo mra na nsem bi eba ye ntam because politics e advantages se abasa asem asi wo uyonku campo a na wo fa so de be unuoma wa plan to ase nyina na wayi ade abonte banyame na ye adum a enum se MPP for ye ba ban mu a enye mboni na ye ba de ye ba bedi enye boni bi de be adete da nyuma nyina de be ekoso yam grassroots ejari siakase se ekoso nyina yema de be endos edos na ne bebia to menu se obi na o ye perfect obi biara na o ye perfect na sa asamba na ye kan wo fie wedie ya na yafa na edie ya adwuma se wedie ya na yafa na edie ya adwuma se na be ya MP wa bontre da ma menka bebe nkyerɛ wo se me wo grassroots se that ya eye minority e kan wasa de bia ya gibosia omunim de edi ye but uji di se so ko grassroots level project a yedi sas kan ye no omu so agye omu konso ka sase omu na ye omu ti konso se wo se me na me ye on ye bi want sister I'm talking about the offer constituency because I have no minority in so oh na me kasa o mi am constituency me de be example ye bobe si 3-story bed na emma administration your friends administration office a block emma your friends banadi sata samo government free your friends common fund honum eba eti we wan esi enya ban I'm sorry say ono so na esi sanity because omuti so no ma omu se omu na die be omu na die be ye bobosia ye nim na die ye ba ye ba fom nso a nyuma ye se nyina me na me di baaye sa ba no wa ben mu yes ibi na ye story building na di fisiaka ma a your friends say bema na yiri no ye mienu ebetimi atram kama ama na yiyi ba sese
ye ba beti 3-story building betumi aka say bana ma go around bana me hu 3-story building wo ho ena be first 3-story building e be de be e be bana it is a yen kanokre na say yanu eye baaku e wo soro ho na ne e be ko aben any parliamentary e majority etumi ye omuanu baaku na say bebi e say di wetu na edi ato bebi e say di wetu na edi ato a anka menje ni say omunsu benya advantage e yes anyoma no entin say me say ni say yesrom ye gusu srom ye grassroots yes abempanyifo nyina every parliament eko Jubilee House any ministers nyina yesrom say ni ewo honom no mumma yenka ne fie ye kan fie a na ne effort say ebia request a parliament ebisa na your friend say ba say eye say samrem no your friend say aben anya oye de be onye mawo na say enye nchichiemu a ewo ho no ya de be oncheche enchire mu na say eto asom nso a be omumfa na nyina nkabo ko na yekọ entisa 2024 yekọ opposition ye Ghana for boni
34 minutes after 9 hi Wontumi 1013 Wontumi TV mamra Makoman honum Amenfi West Constituency Communication Director sina
Anyaba
akwaba
enya
Amenfi to say
anyame adom Amenfi boko
good
there be ofan constituency but 2024 there somebody can catch movement say enya there be agro afinaba I'm saying penninfo akasa doctor ne penninfo wa ina akasa ma me kaka crowd the national issues na edika ma menchia me chairman ne me DC Lord Tando chairman obede so menchia no kwan so nko so am say ye bai ye to aba wie ye some months ago no or boduma pa youngest chairman in Ghana out me say oh ye adwuma eni so ade hunu ane say Amenfi West City ebeji
to get it back
ya gene once pe we no kra no madam age obedi ni 18 months pe 1 year 6 months and obedi ye call me election sign it was a by election and ye say city no but issue ni say NDC enya gains enya any Chinese was to be a development bi ankoso they get the gains so abaye all your tomorrow development bi ankoso but MPP bar you can come to us and running environment no have major project bia no for time no MPP na ye Agufado time major project bia wa man first bia MPP na ye e basie ba mini kan mpanyfo de ho kakra said the honorable MC kan ahene ba political party ye no say be enye e chene say asori ko because the MPC be here no honestly eno na ma NDC for nya no bebre even though the issues were there but then ma NDC for nya no bebre say ni o ma bi e kwachew but honorable minister also approve ache Ghana for nyina say in fact issues are now honing na anya said ye na ye hu dede but I always say onye ba hwe na nado danko kufa the first time all the indicators no na correct into obi bisa wo say e dey na ama react yen a na me bisa say aden na ye misa course no there be a problem na eba na ebisa but before problem bia beba bia there's a course before issue bia beba bia na bibi na eden let's see yeah in our area say say honorable kind grassroots for no people don't believe in the ones obeka COVID asemo nipa be brensa anyi ntum say obeka Russia Ukraine wo obisa say Russia your Ukraine COVID cry man for up to today amount for cry anyi ntum say COVID cry den e bai e ma yenya MPs mu gina say MP before na ye omo nyoma eduru ba bi na COVID nsem no e hiti omo no those MPs no should come back or no some back e beka say o mo me nka COVID ho asem na amount for nko pan we told them on radio say e bai no one kan ho asem me MP you guys about one can wasem if you dey na kwa asia wie ma COVID mu adwuna afie beka say promote COVID panye wo so we rubbish that into any ba your best MPs no said the honorable kind no you can hu bo ma no we be kan fie ye wo no we be kan fie ayeye na me in any case you know my hit here pa no dey I can tell you say COVID ka ho I can tell you say Russia Ukraine war ka ho because in our first term say Kenya endorsement President Mama first term no man ko yin na when endorsement no
election equal 2020 the number of a year or more to about now go you baban MPs no
you understand and you know issues say yes speaker and etia konyam now or align to MPP who say no matter be bro anke beba me say endorse for the second time chese wa ban the first step no ye adwuma because President Mahama it is on record say ye two aba wie the first term all going to 2016 ye two aba tian because Ghana for so money homodi it was guarantee issues na high MPP for because me I'm coming from a typical guarantee area your vote margin is a sign because people thought say another kwaku for an MPP aban no abesei enoma omunuma omudi ebi mu nsa ebe koma no nyina guarantee ni ade but today I think the regulations be bia ba ye nti enim se ye ekwa enim no guarantee issues are be hit yen in 2024 no emasa but ni nyina be gina se MPP because ya na mo bebre too party structures you know we be to say you say e be do e be na presidential primaries beba say and divide yen another issue because they say MPC e be mo sorry say oh Ken must go e be mo so entiase na che say e kro ye bi ni ho enti e appeal to mo say e be strom in same way no dey me believe say e can ofie ye can anya yi a e na do level say ye ba out any but me feel say it was too early say e be can ansem we na e den enti me dey can approve to us say adwuma no wa ni yi enti mesre ni na arrest with the president because the question you know I think in the constitution somewhere we say the question we are president na be asente say obeji atum say yenyi na di ana asema me yenyi na di enti mo me hu say bibia hiti wi ase aye so ye affected na if yen support each other na yen kire no mo kire Ghana for ono because grassroots no ba me say covid e bi mu kra nyini COVID be mu kra nyini o say oh MPP for no mpe sika wia ompe so mo do PN na mo de COVID abana say but o the advanced data developed nations cry so far COVID naturals and another dan kwakufado o ye adwuma pa enti ken ama ye hu say there new man say there NDC for push no let us come together unite your front because 2024 unite your front on the beji seat o of course the beji seat ya there
no beji seat back
we beji.
All right.
Oh, that's
Anumase say. Anumase say.
No one can tell me kasa. What me ba no di kasa. Debi men kasa.
Anumase no kure.
Ah, no di kasa. Debi o.
Amanke peso sisi.
Debi.
Anumase say.
MP.
Kasa.
Ansana rero.
This is Drew house.
Edru.
This is Drew house.
Edru.
Sir. Okay, you see. Yeah, sorry. We'll be out 3 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
No matter the wedding kasa, another the wedding kasa. 3 minutes. Yeah, sorry. Before what you talk about, issue discussing. Yeah. Overshare. From Professor Kenatefa said by 2024 we should be ready for say they use Ghana card and they are working together with the Electoral Commission. Terrorist attacks, Ghana ready to avert it.
We can still come back to that one, but we'll make the card discussion.
Okay, let me have 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Oh, say, Unindentia, Ukumowa,
ne timekeeper.
Now I done yam herim. Ukumowa, no one no, and the yam herim.
No one not me down.
The most of the time,
one done one as one done.
What do you call to or Wofna, the yam herim?
How Musa said, one done one as well, or done one and will.
And no dear, in your one America, but go home Wofna, the yam herim. Unindentia. Anansi na yene sa
kwa
Anansi na yene sa to dan ni hwe mu no o de chenya mesa awrade ehwe biyem hwe se makodi aduane bia Anansi akiwuzu se won na de won na akɔwie aduane wo mamu a Anansi sem bi na meka ho asem ba mentimi kan Anansi sem ni nyina Anansi no abɔ ne kwadu se owo na adi aduane bi ana owa yi na ho ano ba bi eyeye ama esi execute Anansi execute ena odana ni odana yam che urade say urade hwem yam hwe ye funa da ho say aduane bi wo what you say eno na Ghana for mo ye na Ghana for mo ye ken oforiata adwuma waye no man mu ha no se kanye ono ne siso a nke bebre papa na obi a watu akohwe nkwa no wo nturu nkohwe owo ti madwe me se obekokora no a enye sa kwa wo su na se ye yankasa MPP for ne yempem for eso mo ne fa so
se nde waka so MPC yemu nya wadwe so mbetio
omunya wadwe so ese extra eka no mu hu se ade o maye ne ye nye ho next time omunya sa ade ne bi because say them impaying for medical kasa no ade no ye wo kwan bebre so a etimi ne opani a or appoint nipa no kasa kwan bebre so na nye only say wo dey afa leadership na makofa party for paying for bi aka ho na no kwa is enough enough enti no me dey madwe me say omo amwaye and omo na ehye NDC for kutupa mo dey sa allegation omo hu say say MPP for no kwa bi empe papa no nti ene yemfa bi bia ye no ebia mboboaye ame ato abatia no na ato abatia no unde NDC for no be ye do mo be kase mo ankasa kra no mo heda ni nipa mo di run economy no na we na me person be say nipa mo na be si kan of overata na mo no ono programs ben o dey ba is it the same programs that can overata dey ato kwa mo no e no obeto aso ana it's not like so benya bibia foforo bia I am a fia na yako pesika na be balance your payments short term na it move on that's it there's nothing that you can do what I say na ade ba ko a me person me kan say kan Haruna Idusu sa Haruna Idusu no e wo say ono so se kam ye MP a nkam so me ye some proposition bi sa akọ
say
national financial sabotage na wakoso ye ame kosa hardship we mu say ke raising revenue and here oman na otime akwoteta akire atwetwe ye asan sa ama oman yanya revenue enough ama yesika sema hwefam ama cedi $2 exchange rate akosoro na afa yakọ IMF Haruna reduce and the NDC for and yes at secondly no
the time
my last one PIAC almost show incompetence.
That one I agree with you.
Sir, incompetence, no. I think say I was almost so paying for me resign because this level of incompetence and I say Ghana for so. So if somebody must be sacked, must be censured there, almost so I class of me incompetent. Or one thing you must know church and nema basabasasa. For dino na out no there. I was almost paying for no. I do a committee name na sanction woman.
Honorable DC. 4 minutes.
Opa nyime da say na Mr. T na sani ensem ko mantimanchia mi amempanyefo omowo ban na Enugu region aja me jansa akwanya so HR regional minister eye bana hine ba ko pa o Enugu region awo ene mi party chairman bronye me chia no me come consensus so every party consensus chairman na dream mama mansan nyina eti ene ya ye kasa ye sugar factory ye sate ye sugar factory ewo banamaya a ye BPA a omo ko ho investors bi omo baba na memo ene a me kasa omo do sugar cane farm kakrakabe.
Okay.
Because you may say, Mudoska again, we are now for no master said the AC Fatten, and then quite to say, Commander Dieno, Mara Fatten be say we are raw materials side be sugar no, yensa enka. And there, Miss Anka say, yes, cashew processing, what by now, cash crop I will have the cashew. Now, yeba and so your boy, I do see more states in a be a mantan bura cashew production. Into cashew production, no. Akonanim nti ne yasanse factory bi yase awie akasa yedi chance no ye ba be se machines no wo mu a menim say by next year no na yatumia ye de be start operate cashew processing factory ewo banda timi ya mhwa saa nneɛma nketekete ɛnam sɛ America me sɛ IGF bi ni hɔ yɛ 0 because sɛ communities yɛ market de ne bibia ɛwɔ hɔ na minnu sɛ mmra ambe free mu no amra MPP aban ɛbɛwie ni yɛ fa sɛ 2024 term or second term ebetumi aboa ama ya de be yatumi aresi market ewo baby baako ana mienu baby a ye sugar factory ene baby a ye your friends cashew factory hono no na atumi aboa ye ama yakoya nim enti megya saa akwanya so echia BPA aye CEO FN honorable Jamasi ajuma obo ema banafo no esronko Tinyaminka ya hopa MY
Honorable Emmanuel Akone DC Bana District Amenfi West Communication Director Mark Coleman 4 minutes
Ahineba Osade wasibio
we na me amanke wi a me godfather ufia ha Kwaku Owusu eje pato me ready am ye nyina began with him or however tembenim sesi a
sure
I'm going to come over 5 times and sorry.
I'm saying, for aka finance minister issues in Bebre. My husband got down to grassroots constituency.
Yeah.
Said your papa can ye, I think, say, Fibeta consult or money assembly no, and I say a buying any project be by a very big project.
Okay.
A water project no modeba. Redesign of the water system ne on constructive for ne idea. Sika woman here 25 million Ghana cedis. And about it is kind of say 250 billion. Until it tells you say MPP this project you ban say nyuma air koso. Aban no air nyuma. Oneba MC so the dear nyuma project no last week I think the contractors no by site by inspection. They said on bear nyuma ni nyina mo mobilize na amaba down to finish the project. Projects no be call for I think the 13 months. Now just a ended 2023 November or December thereabout. And on baby project. Nti best I'm a few years for Titru Asenkrigwa Sankrasa German or Sedun Kwao. Yerasi include my boy and a project in Ebekoso. And aboyen kwanta ne other places. Say pipe don by ebe 2 a sabi. Ebe twa for bi dan chi.
Yeah.
Ebe fi obi dan anim. Your best aban project basa na ana man for person munya gains. I was a project never no. Until if you been say more compensate me. It means sure say must start a community engagement with the people are a master projects no because if you have water you have life. It is our projects now I think say Amenfi West Basono goes with some communities are a best amount for now say mobile or many amount for internet ye. Say the projects in between are within the month or more country no. Na enso enye nsu papa no go say galam say edi enya wo minim say aban tusu sa very soon so be any start tete dey but we are praying say ombe ni yie man yoma aye kama nti anya ba no ne ade tutu eden ehia me anya ba me sorry mesro ma me na me pani bi ase ono abo afrifa.
Okay.
This is a communication team or support here pa Kwesi Afrifa Ignatius Kwesi Afrifa and MC
omuke kan se onya mpiom bi no
MC so oh yeah the backbone of the constituency
why munya mpiam de bedi
obeba but enye me na mde ni kodi what do you say obeba why never say obeba benye me na mde ni kodi because the other people
baba support
no constituency officer can support
him to oba so support him
I can support him but I have to thank him I have to be thankful that will be because in
cash or in
listen on mama 5 phones for the constituency communication team.
You will thank him in cash or in kind?
I'm thanking him in kind. In kind.
In kind, I bet what means.
And they do what?
Everybody say do a party for the bed side. Everybody say do
police station for the bed side. And I made me go. I'm a trouble my free fire. And I'm a trouble my any candidate. I can't tell today.
Papa,
everybody know I'm
Papa free fire.
What intentions no?
So want to me. No.
Everybody.
Who deny another so I will
everybody. Papa diam in the set.
Who deny free for Papa there you na ebonya efo.
Me deny. Everybody.
For about to about.
Me city.
Come on.
Everybody.
I know you to be bold.
Yes. It is say. Let me say your constituency officer. Listen. Enti directors say mama obi.
So there papa Wontumi can also buy papa bi.
O me fi akofi akoda na sra papa. but not on TV na because man for say because of my FIFA yes ana what am I telling the delegate what I say I ba mama say
of our campaign manager wonye
okay mama say na yes
FIFA campaign manager wonye
Wontumi fan campaign manager you say o win primary sir any anyina support I ba mama say na MC yes
MC
he has always been very supportive
great
also ebua communication
I say amanke aha chief patron KNUST Tascon our key
Tascon KNUST
aha come on me pacho me godfather mrana
come away me dasi mama yen hwe enema biye bia and sometimes you dey politics
sir to say
o say can about MPP asori etia finance minister hwe emra omo sorry here please emra MPs me say emra omo sorry here no the market reacted to it muntie niye the market no
reacted
positively ama isika na ye dollar no na so etia no it mean isika no it mean city no it mean apage dem it nye bibia and their politics because sometimes one kasa ufie sometimes utimi sorry etia because MPP phone ko ntimi ento aba MPP win. There are certain people they are in the middle when they see say you what
this
me say the mo ya no because bibie ni wa SMBA sia
and do they still Ken must go
reasons are media man and
no say Ken must stay
Ken must go not necessarily I
say Ken not necessarily Ken must stay but must go honorably
but his statement well we should statement sure I say
mama no go
say well he should go and I say this on sufficient moral fortitude for him to continue. He is a wounded elephant. He has been wounded and he needs to step aside for healing. That's all. Unpakwa can or say and must go. Anoma. I don't know if statement. Only as a statement.
Okay.
Me say, I'll tell you horrible. Okay. No, I don't that
so his words are hiding him.
So, but that Atefa.
Professor
Atefa. I say, unim na you say unim say asema okaya no. And can this one you when you go say Parliamentary and come so.
Yeah.
They went on making statements upon statements, press conferences upon press conferences. I am telling you, sir, committee asema bayi and then omanimu guasiana. Say we are working very hard with EC. Say you be making sure, say
you the Ghana card.
Also, 10, 18 years, you know, best 6 months there. You be to be a amomo. I think say it's a very good statement. Mate,
Doctor
security
Emmanuel
security
senior lecturer KNUST chief patron
Kendapa Abekano. I saw Canada Abekano, but many papa say you be me veti
e try better so
in fact honorable Katie Hammond in fact so say we leader eti say come
why na show so leader
me dey on na me come for no say MPC a o be ya adwuma no me samle me mienu honorable Seche Mensa, honorable Katie Hammond. Madam, thank you very much.
Did I say, go for that? Nah, we have a corner. Somebody voice no. Somebody voice no. Koku owusu eje pato. No.
Asemi na no bode wada.
Asemi no.
Aze.
O mo de wada.
Masco na sisi akwa na den Masco na one na den.
Amount for say honorable Kelifrata kwatena ad hoc committee nanim no wasesa nipa no bebre etenken
say wunim say you know say nipa de entansa to so a adeba ko on say e o say ma hearing o say ma o
ma kwan na be
kwan na kon asem o say de na
who na some kana
frankly speaking minim say asem na wo no no abeka ne dia ene na yegusuti
That's something I want to
other canoa because it's me no be no say as we did there so say I was here French. Near say and some no kaka kan because we say masa man come as me ya. Enti say o na say bia on fama honorable afenyo marking. Because as honorable afenyo marking sorry ya.
Sir
kan koma na aka no nke be
honorable Kenoforiata e wona say bia
on fama honorable
afenyo marking.
So wan sorry e wo fie ho ankasa nkan koma aka nyina no de etie nyina aka kachiri
nkenti
so no na sorry e no ka say ni so ntimi nka nche nipa ntimi nka say onu kwan so wa bra o ma ne kwan e ma me yi ho no enti onu kra no o sin ke be ya nkan ni nkan court Babin them na kokota na san kokota no se mate ad hoc committee. Ad hoc committee ana ma ho kwan mo ababo. Abano but you see you say anoma che osora ojebo. This is the only with this me started 1992 constitution. I don't know kwesi woche ofri around PNDC sana but 1992 constitution
6 years.
6 years. As a minister of finance in Mumbi. 6 years as minister of finance. One of them channel. Ensu anoma oche wosra
ojibo
ensu eche wotomwa no kra ewum say sa be nyina no emfeva ya friend say finance minister Kenoforiata ebe mi no amabue ene kakra wa nananom ekaya om de be ka ho nyina no emfeva no otimase no kra wo so ni say nipa ne ye de sensem a o ka say and I'm the way to her, I'm the way to her, Namie way, or to as you see, I say, Cassia can album near the Dincomodia. And you're not Bunyan Cosunti. Young Gosu Common, say, because I had a cacabe catchy. At Diane Como, we learn only the only comma, a bit watching. So, that's what to me, but now can I say me now. Say said you see into Bobo no kakra onya no de abai
to osa ko Bobo bia
enti kakra be ka che enti se see yan twan na crofo shase so mututu mutokro anya sa usa yetade ahinsem you see so washa abato ayato no Ghana from 1992 basis abri obi a yetu no bia no enya mpuntujuma obi a second term no aye mpuntujuma man management. Said yes, in managing nipa and you did two nipa every abanso after our first term. Despondency and the two. As soon as man home so ya more way cham so ya waya homa so san ya mano and you did two nipa the free akonya so. Until the CCI Obi an kan chem send na airport na why na to am interchange na why that is not what is going to do the trick. Said the penifo ne nkofo a won mudi party na chi esi edin komo said the omusi handle omo that is what is going to win you your election. That is going to help you break the 8 or not. That is the truth. Said the Juma wo ye one for Juma President Kufo ne second term Juma be no anye and then I gonna photo abaditiano edu time bi no na di pa binom fo se nkofo binom ya mo chemso. And he said, yeah, the resentment. And I saw about second term. Resentment. Before support. So if you are a leader of the party and that's all Abamu, now ultimately manage support. As soon as see Nani Kasa no fear and why am if you are able to manage that, ubetini and winning for heart. That is all aka. And second kui. He has stepped on some people's toes. Perhaps be na ono for say sika we free ha ade no be hwan. Eyi ebo we free ha e be hwan. Enti enye ni say ana nkofo bi ampene. What ma say? Ebi nsusu wo ha na seven predators nkofo nsusu any opportunity to tell Kensa I told you so. People should listen to people. Nkofo omo tete omo obi ankofo nya opportunity M9 ni bia no ono aka sensane mo ankofo no mo nkodi nkomo. That is the only thing that is going to because so being kase we are there wo ya dan a sesei ya sha se me ko see obi o airport se ya na betna for a very long time na me yanko hu se de me yanko enko hu se de ko me manya ko hu me ma no me ade but
eno kwa no to
dabi wa de wan se airport no wa no airport no adi obi bibi airport na di obi bibi anti anase airport no wakasa tie obi anase wasire akire obi airport ndi ase o se
airport we tia na ballot paper so
na me awo ni ma ni ye no me na metime so ogum yam bi a me sorry anase obi a o twen se bi a anka bi a asumase anase obintin benya bi a ma bi aka ne sa bi nka ne sa no a obi anka hwe nkire no de nti asomasi ensoso te se de ote no sa nipa no ana aida so onkoto aba bi a o to ya MPP ni onkoto man NDC but sa nipa no ne hu krofo en keka o mo ho te se de na wo opposition o to 1 million ma no o ti dem chana se sa na ko because e buy no second term 500 abese ko
ehwan ba
ayan nkofo mena sepo a wo mo wo ena de sa nwunwa ne ba no ena na opani ne kodoko kasenye kan say MPP for nkwan de to aba e de ma MPP for ya won nkofo bi no mo wa they study they are the silent majority. There are people on tioma no asem, they will not tell you what is wrong with them. Ombe so go mu ya momba tenase
time no so
no abu na ni aguso. That is what is going to see. So be o aso no betia eno na betimi ayeda so am touching you there now you dey list boy ni sika na abai but them can at the ambe oh na mche na no kwa no 100 ni ya enfutu a de baba ne nkofo da be ka no kropo betimi asa what them etimputo no be but man management
na eda abusuafo especially yenianom sentrefo enyina se omo a yenia panyin o man hele kwabna asante eyeni enim so beba no ma ba ma na abroso
in fact
o ma ba ma na ye fe pa
in fact I say
one e ma na beda sa ase
ensemble no mo ha ka ya na akwakwa enu hu bi ori ya se o hwe se de amafo si aboa mo man hele kwabna asante said the woman see a shene ni munyam ono kasa na nyimo pepa e kwasampo for genuine so if you do good you do for yourself
and I no grad e ma ka kire me say ya no bi papa wu a ye be ye nam na ye fa nka papa wu en ha adwiri bi asa
ka se won hwe ya nkrofo bobo afawa say my father die
my father die na ye no baba
but can who say because of said your mind in community conducting no
yeah
said you see nkofo nim no a lot of people on buy enim no anko and da obe o man in community nko a enti no mudi na chi aba say ye ase nkofo bebre enim no mo hu say onye obi a wasesa
yeah
because obi a yankopon baby obi page and na dru eno tina ebi eja o madwuma ho abetena ha saa hwempanifo a wo mu jade wo mu ye hwe sede na aye akase ana wo kumase
yeah
nanso mpanifo a wo mutimi nya adaje eba enye so mbe chira no I'm sorry ko ebi nya adaje tenase ene no they really mourned with him enti atu nipa bebrefo
yeah
yeah aye wo sa adwuma mu no kwa be fa so ene mpanifo ebitimi anante yensa no ya owura ya nhuru ni ye to da ebu ho a na James wo ho so ne apese ni penufo didi
Kweko Owusu AJ original 91.1 91.9 okay and one cry show host no show no dey say Ajene Kasa 2 to 6
edwia na wo Ghana nyina aboa no a
na be kasa wo honom ba no kro no say the radio nyina no began with him he held my hand and he has kept me to this time Godfather no I'll forever be grateful to him
Godfather legend no more retire ye ni mu jina mu a